Hey everybody, it's Christine here for Gluten is Gone, and today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the woes of label reading when you have celiac disease or if you're just gluten-free or gluten intolerant. It's really difficult because gluten is a protein, and that means it's never going to be listed in your ingredients list on a package, and because a protein is part of an ingredient, and that's something that always kind of trips people up, especially people who aren't familiar with it. Like all the time I'll be out with people and they'll want to try to help me find what I can eat, and they'll, look at the back of a box and be like, well, I don't see gluten in this. It must be gluten-free, right? And I'll be like, no, and it'll have like wheat flour and all kinds of stuff in it. But they just don't know. So you have to be really good at looking at your labels and knowing what to look for. And there are a million different ways that gluten can be in a product and sort of be hidden. But, because it can be used to bind artificial flavors and ingredients. Those are always the sneakiest places. So it's really good if you can find products that are from companies that declare their allergens. They'll just have a statement under the ingredients list that'll contains, and it would say soy, wheat, fish, dairy, or tree nuts. Those are the 5 major allergens, and that's a really great way to start. Just because it doesn't have wheat in it doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't have gluten, but it's a really great place to start. There are also 1-800 numbers on the box of product, and you can always call and ask, and they should know if the product has gluten in it or not. Not every company will disclose it, which is unfortunate, and those are just products that you'll have to avoid. ConAgra Foods is a really great company, and all of their sub-branches, things like Frito-Lay, Betty Crocker, they all declare their allergens, so they're a really good company to look for products from. And you'll get the hang of what things have it in there, what things don't, what things to look for, but it is really tricky. And the best thing to do is get confirmation either online or by calling the company to make sure. Something I will also warn everyone about, gluten-free is sort of catching on. More and more people are becoming aware of it and seeing it as a niche market, and a lot of products will throw on the front gluten-free. But you have to be careful and check on the back, because a lot of companies put gluten-free on a product even though it may have been processed in a facility that also has wheat, which means there's a very likely chance that there are particles of gluten in the product, and especially if you have celiac disease, it means you'll probably still get sick. Sometimes you can get away with it, sometimes you can't. Just depends on the company. What are they doing in between processes? I found that if it's been processed in a wheat facility, I can't eat it. I'll get sick. But that's something everybody can kind of experiment with on their own and just see how sensitive you are. But be aware of that. The FDA is supposed to be making a ruling on and strictly defining what a product has to be in order to be considered gluten-free. Can it be processed in a wheat facility? How much trace amount of gluten could be in a product and it still be gluten-free? A lot of things like that. But they still have not made a decision. It's been many years in the making, very many years past due on their deadline to define it. So hopefully we'll get a decision soon, but I hope this helps. And just remember, you'll get the hang of it, and just stay patient with it. And subscribe to my channel, Gluten is Gone, and my blog, glutenisgone.blogspot.com. See you next time.